I just forgot what I was going to tell. It's all coming back to me. Oh, okay.
This is riveting.
This is a story about my grandma Maybelle, who grew up in a covered wagon. She did. She grew up in a covered wagon because her mother was crazy and was in an insane asylum. So she grew up in a covered wagon, and they cut her hair short when she was a boy. But she used to tell a story.
Very transgressive.
Yes, true. Like Sarah Flaming Tall, like we talked about. But she told a story once that
Sarah Plain and Dykey.
It reminds me because it's windy out tonight.
It is very windy. My eyes are hurting.
And I know. And so she used to tell a story that they would get this kind of weather when they called it Indian summer. Like that's what they would get. And she said, yes. And she was Native American, and she said that they had a song that they sang, and it was, "Who has seen the wind?
Have you ever heard the wolf cry to the blue?" Oh, we're being filmed.
I didn't know we were filming.
That was a very intimate story you were telling me.
I made you laugh on that one.
You
welcome.
did.
You're welcome.
That was a very intimate moment that was captured.
It was captured for all. That's true about my grandma, though. She did grow up in a covered wagon. That's what my mom told me.
That's not even worth me making boom, digga, boom, boom, boom.
No, because that's just real.
I should go boom, 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 boom. Oh,
actually, she wasn't Native American. She was Irish. So now that's just racist. That's just racist. You just need to stop. You just need to stop. You sound like the pirates or the
I'm singing an Irish sea, chanty, sing a chanty, chanty.
Just read T for two, T for you, and just
welcome.
Get this over.
No, we're just going to introduce ourselves, you fuck.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to TVT time.
I realized I was listening to our podcast today. I never listened to the podcast.
Yeah, no shit. You weren't even subscribed to it. See that video. If you don't know how to subscribe to the show.
I realized that I talk very harshly to you.
Well, you do a lot. You do. You do. Someone once asked me,
and I'm not going to continue. I'm going to continue.
I don't mind. You see, someone.
I'm just being real.
They said, "Does it bother you that he calls you an idiot so much?" I'm like, "No."
That's because you act like one.
I call you a bitch because you act like one. It's all with love.
You know what? I'll admit to that.
That's why we all get along fine. We don't take things personally.
This is TBT time. I'm just going to interrupt you.
People shouldn't take things personally.
But I did also notice that you talked over me a lot.
What do you mean?
That you?
I don't think I did that at all. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I noticed.
I'm glad you listened.
I'm going to try to be better about talking down to you if you won't talk over me.
Okay. But I don't mind.
Yeah, we'll see about that. Well, I do mind being talked over.
But everybody else.
This is progress, everyone. Watch what we're doing. If the world could do this. Listen up, Syria.
We're just like that new Heineken commercial. All right. T for two.
This is TV for you. I'm Poodle, a.k.a. Jake, and I'm
Mattie.
This one.
Seeing as how I have to do down to me.
I have to do all of the introductions. Well, that's when you say who you are. God. I'm a little hot.
Okay, so we have a couple of comments. I'm going to go first because I appreciated this. I
haven't even looked at them.
This is from 2 weeks ago from Riverdale.
Spin the wheel.
This is from Christina M., who says...
Christine M.
Christina Rao, actually. I know Christina, actually. She says...
Oh, hello, Christine Rao.
Hello, Christina. She's a big fan of Dear Mattie Show and of us, so we love you.
Thank you.
She's friends with Susan.
Oh!
Half of our fans are Susan's friends because she tells them to listen.
Thank you, Susan. Van
Heusen,
Van Prague.
All right.
Esquire.
Southpaw Bakery. Get your shit there. It's good.
Southpaw
Bakery.
Sweets.
Southpaw Sweets, yes. She's going to not let me forget it.
You're welcome. You're welcome, Susan. This is all I fucking do is correct him.
So Christina says, finally, I'm not the only one who sees the twincest thing, and I thought I'd missed something on that slow-motion surreal party scene, too. I'll co-sign that letter/tweet.
You know what? I love a good preach.
We loved it when Ronnie called out last week at the party scene, the twincest. Loved it.
All right, here we go. I'm going to read And we just hit dead air.
Wow.
I'm going to read Clint's comment.
Oh, line producer.
Thank you, Clint Hudson. Clint says, "How dare you compare me to Chuck?" What's that mean? Did we call him Chuck?
I don't remember.
Clint, we must have been drunk because I don't remember. He says, "I'm much better than that asshat. I'm also kind of biased when it comes to the actress who plays Hermione because I know her from Charmed when she played Chris's fiance from the future, and I love that show." You know, that's a little bit of sharing, Clint. That's too much in the comment because But I appreciate you writing in as usual. Like, I don't give a shit what shows you like. But we appreciate your patronage and your hard work for us.
Clint, I love you.
But don't share in the comments.
I've always wanted.
It's not
I like
necessary.
the sharing. We get to learn about people. I've always wanted to watch Charm. I just never got into it.
This is why you're the good cop and I'm the bad cop.
That's true.
Because someone has to be.
Did you ever watch Charmed?
No.
All right.
I find Shannon Doherty tiresome. She's just now cursed me. Because she doesn't watch this.
You know she's like dying from cancer right now.
No, she's not.
She is. I mean, she's not. She's very sick with cancer right now.
Well, you know what? I'm sad for that.
But, you know, it doesn't mean that she wasn't a bitch to people.
I found her performances tiresome.
Well,
and her raspy Lindsay Lohan crack voice always bothers
Liz
me.
Asti and Allie love her on that.
I know.
It's always Dylan.
I know.
Always Dylan and Brenda. And speaking of Dylan, let's talk about Riverdale. Did you like that segue?
Riverdale. That wasn't one of your best ones, but I liked it.
All right, let's talk about.
It's time for our tea bags, everybody.
Okay,
this episode, shit's happening. And I must say, we were off last week, and I missed it, and I missed Riverdale, and I
made up for it with Feud, though.
And it's true. If you haven't seen our Feud recap for the finale, it was worth it.
It was worth it.
We were visibly shaken. As I repeat, someone said I am gutted now.
I was gutted.
Someone actually said, I am gutted.
I thought about it today, and I got emotional. A little teary. Like,
you need more to do.
True. Go ahead.
I want to really comment on a couple things. Mm-hmm. I understand that we're finishing a lot of plot points, and we're in this kind of.
We've got to wrap up loose ends. I guess
I miss a lot of the character stuff. I miss it, and I miss. Mm-hmm. I loved all the introducing of where we are, and I loved all that. And I understand we have to wind this up. However,
did they get 20 episodes for next year?
I'm not sure. That's a lot.
Well, no, because that would be interesting to see how they take their time.
I liked 13, honestly.
I like 13, too. Anyway, go ahead.
So I want to start. This is just more of a. This is a little bit of a pick. And it's kind of a CW thing. And those of you who watch Gossip Girl kind of remember this. Everyone on the show, we have to turn the volume up way up. Everyone on the show mumbles. They just mumble like this.
The only person that's agreeing with you right now is a grandmother.
I bet if you were standing like 3 feet from them, you're like, Archie, what does Jughead think? Especially like Betty and Veronica. I don't know. I don't know.
Archie, you can't do that. My dad's in prison, Archie. Don't.
It's awful. And if anyone remembers Gossip Girl,
Archie,
everyone remembers Blair Waldorf's Mushmouth.
Is that Leighton Meester?
No, that was fuck. What's the blonde?
I love that movie.
Ryan Reynolds' wife.
Country Strong with Leighton Meester.
We're talking about the blonde.
Blake Lively.
Thank you.
Because I'm country strong through and through. Gwyneth Paltrow's a bitch, though.
She's terrible. But anyway, she talked like, Blair, what are you doing to me? And she kind of wants her words like this.
Well, we're not
talking...
It
bugged the shit out of me.
Well, welcome to CW.
Sorry. Anyway, that's a complete sidebar, but it needed to be said.
And we're all better for it. We're all better for it.
That's what grinds my gears. And that finishes this segment. Anyway, that's my tea bag. It's not necessarily about the show, but I needed to say it. Sorry, everybody.
That's all right.
You just got red.
Speak your truth.
I got a lot of truth to speak.
My tea bag, and I feel like when the first scene in the high school newspaper, when we see Betty Cooper, Like, it just kind of lights up because with that actress is
I love her.
It, and
I actually am a little bit in love with her. That little collar she was wearing, that pink little sweater, I could not stop staring at it. And I know I'm obsessed with the wardrobe. It's not healthy. Yes.
All he talks about is a god dang wardrobe.
I've never been this gay for clothes before, but I'm so gay for the wardrobe.
You've been so gay for so many other things. I think you made up for it.
All
Wasn't your undergrad in poetry again?
I studied French poetry.
What do people say in South Carolina when they say, "Oh, what's Jacob studying?" And they say, your mom says, "French poetry."
No, they would say English, which was my or literature. Literature was my second major.
Because they were ashamed.
No, because it was more general. But my focus was French poetry. Who cares about me?
Wow.
Because I understand it was ridiculous. I'm aware now.
I got an undergrad in opera. I can't say shit.
Yeah, really.
Shit. Anyway, what I was going to say, though, it's so Betty Cooper, she just lights with it. And I realized
that actress is killing it. She's killing it.
The adults that kind of on the show that I feel like are serving a purpose, that actually are interesting and that I feel like are driving the story, really are only Betty Cooper and FP, Skeet Ulrich. And
I agree, mostly because I don't think Fred Rogers has a lot to do.
But I also feel like it's not only in the acting but also in the writing that I hope that for next season the writers remember that the kids are quote-unquote and we've talked about this, but are more the normal people, and the adults need to be written more like characters.
Here's the thing,
like character actors almost.
Here's the thing. When your performance stands out, the writers write for you.
Well, that's true as well.
And we've seen that happen in other shows. If you watch The Americans, we've seen that happen with why am I blanking on her name? The secretary. The secretary, Martha, who was a small role to begin with, and then they wrote whole stories about her because she was so good.
She was infused.
And honestly, she was. And so I can't blame the writers. But I have to say that Mattie, who's Alice Cooper, and Skeet Ulrich, who's great, who's got a real presence on screen.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say, it's not that I don't think Luke Perry's doing a great job. Dylan McKay, you're fine. I just think
no, they just haven't given him anything to do.
And, we know how I feel about Hermione Lodge, though.
I actually feel like
we know how I feel.
know you don't feel about. I still think we could possibly get a payoff for that from my tea leaves. However, I will say, didn't you think that this week was the most interesting for Luke Perry because of Molly Ringwald?
Yes, but kind of. But that brings me to another question. So
many
Mary
questions.
Rogers is back. Mary Rogers is actually the writer of Once Upon a Mattress, who is Richard Rogers' daughter and Adam Gettle's mother.
Remember when I talked about all that gay from earlier? That's how he makes it up, y'all.
Anyway, she wrote Once Upon a Mattress. Go see it.
Mary Rogers.
It's called Shy.
So is that Archie's mom?
That's Archie's mom.
She doesn't go by Mary Andrews?
Archie Andrews, I'm sorry. Oh,
so that's
I thought
not
it
her
was Rogers, because I was thinking Fred Rogers. Wow, that's a circular logic to think of.
Is that water?
It's water. Anyway, Mary
Andrews,
Andrews, which is so generic.
Well, that's kind of the point of this show.
Anyway, she comes back, and it's like everything's okay now. No one's talked about why she was away.
Yeah, we don't know.
No one's talked about why she was in Chicago.
No.
No one's, and so they go to the dance together. Luke Perry should have had a moment to say, "You come back in my life." Why?
It was odd.
It's
I
odd.
Didn't get it.
And it's like we're missing.
Like her.
We're completely missing a beat, though. We're completely missing a beat between the two of them.
Because the other stuff with her, it was very quick. But the scene with her and Alice Cooper, and the scene with her and Hermione, that's interesting to hear.
But there's no point of view. We don't know what she actually thinks.
I know.
There's no point of view.
But it's a little interesting to me to see kind of like.
I am getting really picky today. Sorry, everybody.
Say that again and just stop at picky. Put a period. You don't need today.
I'm going to keep moving. Anyway,
right.
But I wanted to talk about, there's a lot of unanswered questions, and I'm glad Molly Ringwald's on television again. I think, isn't she at Switched at Birth? Or is that someone else?
No, I don't think she was.
I don't know. I'm glad she's back, but she deserves better, even though she's not a great actress. She was my... Were you just texting?
Yeah.
Okay, everyone, while I was talking, someone was texting.
Well,
that's disrespectful.
No, I was texting my boyfriend.
Can you maybe turn that off?
No, because he wanted to know if I was going to take him could take him to the airport.
So you're going to keep texting him?
No, he's going to call an Uber now.
Okay, so no more texting, I would assume, to the show?
Probably not.
Okay.
Sometimes we got to multitask. He hates that word.
No, but it's just... If I would do that, what would you have done?
I would have kept on talking like a professional.
Anyway, what's your next one? I'm offended. Actually, I'm offended.
Well, I'm sorry, but that was...
Could it have waited 10 minutes?
No, because he needs to call an Uber now.
Next teabag.
All right. My next teabag is...
You don't call Ubers in advance.
Well, no. You just said next teabag and went to the subject. I apologize. I didn't mean to offend you. I was doing the best I can.
Oh, you can't say anything after that. Everybody,
though.
If you ever need to stop someone from complaining about you, say, I'm doing the best I can. There's no way to come back after that.
Doing it the best I can.
Please just say your next thing. You're rude. I'll get over your rudeness.
I know I didn't necessarily like the wigs, but...
The red wigs?
How much?
That was one of mine.
How much do you... Well, I really feel like... I mean, me, but really you need to have a wig closet like that.
I laugh because I've thought, what a bad piece the whole time. I don't think anyone in that town has ever said, wow, Cliff's hair looks so natural.
No.
No one has ever... And I like it how he was like, kind of like... He's like, no, don't look at me. I'm like, everyone knows you wear a fucking wig. Like, people can see it from space. And your gray hair looks lovely.
Yeah, he was much more handsome.
He looks like an idiot.
But that closet.
With that wig. Yeah, wig
You need a wig closet like that.
And the wig...
How many wigs do you own?
It was just like, maybe 7. No, not that many. Maybe 4.
No, you own more than 4. You might have double digits. You have like
not
4 blonde wigs
Some
alone.
are trashy. No, some are like trashy. No, but like real wigs like 4. You have like at least 4.
I have 2. I have my red poofy wig, and then I have my glamour wig. My
glamour wig.
My Shania Twain. Well, 1997 Shania Twain wig.
Glamour wig, TM. I want to talk about... There was this great scene... between Archie and Jughead, very kind of bare bones, where we were really learning about their characters. And just let me tell you a little bit about it. Jughead was like, maybe I'll move back with my dad. And Archie, who just happens to be shirtless in bed, is saying, which we may have rewound, I'm not sure you should do that. And Jughead's like, Archie... I need to do this for myself. And then Archie said, I really wish you wouldn't leave. And then slowly reaches across to Jughead and touches him. Mm-hmm. And then Jughead reaches and puts his hand down in Archie's boxers. Mm-hmm. That happened, right?
Yeah. And then, okay. Yeah, because Archie then...
Because I passed out a little bit.
No, you missed it when Archie took Jughead's dad and then moved it down to his crotch.
I knew that happened.
And he said, play my instrument.
Oh... That was a beautiful line.
It was beautiful. Yeah, I mean,
that's my favorite scene of this episode.
You know what? And that was my next teabag too. And all I have to say is Pillow Talk. Pillow Talk.
I've never seen that movie. I just destroyed you.
We're even for me fucking texting during the show because that's bullshit.
I don't know.
That is bullshit.
You actually fucking texted in the show, which is gross.
You know what?
Honestly.
You're a gay man who's never seen Pillow Talk.
Promise me from now on when we ever do these recaps, you'll actually turn your
I thought I did actually
off.
I thought I did.
Because
sorry, but that was important.
It's disrespectful.
Sometimes things are important, and we have to balance things. It was important
when you're making a podcast.
Yes.
Would you do that for other podcasts?
Yes, to tell my boyfriend.
I'll remember that.
I would. I would tell you too if somebody was important to you.
Still think it's rude. Comment. Leave it in the comments.
Well,
what's your next one? Was that
no?
You already leave it.
That was it.
Oh, so my last one has to do with Betty when she's looking around and she's realizing that Betty, that Veronica and Archie are talking to her mom, and it's this kind of Carrie moment in the dance.
That was shot really well.
Where she's like, and she's looking over here, and everyone is like, and she's like, and you're seeing Dark Betty again, and she's like, I'm going to kill everybody. And I was like, are we going to see Carrie again? So then, and you can just see it, and she's doing her hand like this, and you're just waiting to see it. And it was shot, and the lighting, and they saw her, and they're like, ah! Anyway, I love that moment. It was a great moment. That actress.
You love Betty Cooper.
I love her
so much.
I enjoy her so much.
I like her too.
I think she's great. I think there's a lot to do with that character, and she plays a lot of different levels, and I enjoy it.
Well, she's done a lot with that character.
Mm-hmm.
No, that was a great moment. And speaking of
Lily
prom,
Reinhart,
I'm going to talk.
Be on our show.
You won't. You just had a lot of fun at Coachella. Because I follow you on Insta. You and KJ.
They went to Coachella together.
She did, and
Camila,
Ronnie, Veronica. They all did Coachella together, and I think Kevin too. And they have a joke about somebody being the big daddy. I don't really get it
because we're too old.
I don't get these kids, and they're like, one day Archie's like, I'm the big daddy, I'm the big daddy, and the other day Lily's like, no, I'm the big daddy, and the other day he's like, Camilla's like, oh, I'm the big daddy.
I can't even fucking understand that.
I know it. I do not understand it.
I never thought I would get to that point,
but I'm there. I would call Archie daddy, big daddy.
Don't do that. That's gross.
Okay. So I want to talk about...
What's your last one?
It's a costuming thing, actually.
You know how I feel about this.
I know.
Best costumers on network television.
How good does Archie look in that
coat? Oh, and it was like tapered.
Yes.
It fit him so well.
And he even had his shirt tucked out.
I feel like such a lech when we talk about
No,
this.
he's 19, 20.
He's fine. No, it's like ogling younger men, though.
I
don't want to become that person.
If there's grass on the infield, you can play ball.
Says pedophiles.
True. But
there you go.
Come on. So if Archie Andrews was shirtless in front of you and asked you, and it was like, so Monday, you go like, you're too young.
No,
you would say no.
I would say, but tell me about your dreams.
Would you say, tell me about your, or would you say,
I
But I just want to say, what really struck me about that is how Archie wore the jacket with his shirt untucked.
It looks so hot.
If I went to a prom and wore a shirt untucked with that red jacket, I would look like the love child of Santa Claus and Chris Farley. Like, it would just be like...
Someone would say, harpoon off the starboard bow.
Fat guy.
In
fat
little
guy,
coat.
little coat. Exactly.
Fat guy. Oh, I was a disaster. Someone would just like say, look at that. Look how wide his back is. That coat just spreading out before our eyes.
Someone would try to pin a donkey tail on me.
I know. Yeah, we would not look good with that look.
Would not. That's all that I have. This was a good episode. There was a lot.
There was a lot happening.
There's a lot of plot stuff, like you said, which I know isn't our. I get why needs to happen.
It's not our métier, really.
It's not.
What's that word mean?
It's just a gay way to say Mattie.
Sorry, métier, I should say. Métier.
Wow.
Oh well, that was the American version of that. Anyway, tea leaves. Or do we do?
We don't do quotes for this one. We do quotes for Feud.
That's right.
Yeah, so we do.
We did not do our song for Feud last time. Strong tea, give me the strong tea with quote and quotables.
Well, give me the strong. That's a new lyric.
Give me the strong tea with quote and quotables. We normally do a segment or our Feud recaps,
but we sang it for you now.
I think we may have to bring back quote and quotables for our next Fire Island promo,
which comes on tonight as we're recording the show. But we don't have the energy.
We're not watching it tonight because we need to be fully awake for that.
It's windy. We're watching it tomorrow,
and I might enjoy it if I've drank too much.
Yeah, it's true.
Because let me tell you already, we're gonna read the fuck out of it.
Oh, it's gonna be horrible.
I've already seen some quotes, and I'm just like,
it's gonna.
Anyway,
what's gonna make me feel good about myself?
Oh God,
no,
you're not kidding. What are your what's your not strong tea? What are your reading the tea leaves?
Tea leaves.
Reading the tea leaves.
I think
that was beautiful.
It was actually. I think Crazy Betty is going to have Dark Betty is going to have something to do with Jason Blossom's murder.
Interesting. That is very thought provoking.
I don't know if she necessarily did
Sometimes you're like a blind squirrel who finds a nut occasionally.
Sometimes it nuts on my face.
I have a feeling that we're going to find out the Blossoms actually did nothing. That they weren't involved because they've been the kind of the villains the whole time through.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like they're going to have some part in redeeming in the season finale, which is in 2 episodes.
Ooh,
and
I like that too.
I just have this feeling because they've been kind of given this fake aura of villainy.
Because then it shows them in private, like falling apart.
Yeah, because I feel like
She did drug a pregnant woman, though.
We still don't know why.
We still don't know why. She fucking drugged a pregnant. It was like...
her excuse was, it's all natural.
It's all, yeah.
You know what? So is opium.
But then,
So is opium poppies.
But it makes me wonder...
Poppies.
Cheryl was so, like... At the homecoming, Cheryl was crying and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that was kind of a mess.
But why?
I didn't know either. I wrote down a lot of unanswered questions in this episode.
There were.
Hopefully they'll be answered in the next episode.
Yeah.
That's all I have.
And then Archie and Ronnie sang a song. It was nice.
That was the least remarkable thing about the episode, honestly. I really wanted something more with them singing. It was okay. That was the best I could say.
Ronnie has a pretty voice.
But that song didn't showcase anything. We're the kids in America.
Oh. Now, I wanted something. Oh, I did love it, though, speaking of quote and quotables, when Archie said he was going to sing at the homecoming, and half of the gang rolled their eyes, and Jughead said, "Your type of what did he say? Your music is kind of
your type of music is kind of," which is what I said when you start talking about sad things that I want to kill myself.
He says that.
In a feud, and I think in a feud recap, I asked, "Have you been working on your noose?" Because you made me very sad. Anyway, as I said,
only 27 minutes.
As I said on another recap, in reference to a certain movie called Manchester by the Sea, it's a sad movie about sad people. You know what? You don't need to watch that movie because it is a sad fucking movie.
But you do need to watch our recap on Logo's new show, Fire Island. It's airing.
Fire Island. Fire. That's the theme song. Someone goes Fire Island. Fire.
That reminds me of what was her name?
Island.
Bibi Sahar Banaim. Face.
Beauty face.
Sorry, it's a RuPaul's Drag Race. We just lost. Well, no,
not really. We've kept all of you because you've all watched it. Anyway, that's it for our show.
If you need to need some help leaving a review or subscribing to a podcast,
I learned how to leave a review. I didn't know how.
Poodle and I made a video of it.
He showed me how.
Yes,
I don't enjoy being taught,
and it was very easy.
Kind of.
And by easy, I mean I've taken a 10-gallon dump that was more enjoyable than that.
I learned a lot.
Yeah, I learned not to teach this one. But I will say, it's something I did learn today is to apologize when you do something offensive to someone. I am very sorry I texted during the show.
Look at that.
I am sorry.
I appreciate that.
I won't do that.
I accept your apology.
And I tried not to talk over you as much this episode because I think
that.
it was a better show.
And I tried not to be nasty to you.
I thought we did well. What if people tell us this was their
growing.
What if people tell us this is their least favorite show?
It was like, bring back the old shit. Bring back it when you hated each other. You know what? I kind of understand that. Give me Cloak Classic anytime.
Classic.
All right.
right.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.